Hello and welcome to Heroes of Handheld. We are the internet's premium gaming podcast dedicated to all things handheld gaming, whether it be your Nintendo Vita, your device, your iOS device, your Abacus, or your Crystal chess set. My name is Chris. I am, some would say, the king of Nintendo, and I am joined by, he only does everything apart from not really a great deal. It's Colin Byrne, he's just getting a cup of water, so he'll be back momentarily. Today on the show, we are going to be talking about Miitomo, Danny DeVito, Mega Man 2, Fire Emblem Fates, Nintendo Badge Arcade, and PlayStation Plus, which is all very, very exciting. If you like this show and you've downloaded this far and you've listened this far, so you're probably keen, you should tweet us at Handheld Podcast. You should also email us, heroesofhandheld@gmail.com, or go on our Facebook page by searching for Heroes of Handheld on Facebook. We also have a YouTube channel, which you can find by searching Heroes of Handheld, and obviously go to the big cheese, the main website, the kind of the central core spine.
Did I miss anything?
No, heroesofhandheld.com. Hello, Colin Byrne.
Hi.
What are you drinking? The people need to know. Don't tell me. I'm guessing Robinton's rhubarb squash.
What even is rhubarb? All I know is rhubarb and custard. Rhubarb sounds like a weird thing to have as a.
No, it's delicious. Squash. It's like a sweet and sour fruit that you grow in the summer months.
Is that what you do in the summer months when we're not podcasting? Rhubarb
trouble is ass.
Yes, I'm so much good. Actually, it is a beverage of the Ribena variety. I said that completely wrong. What I meant to do was not say the brand and say a blackcurrant beverage. I did it wrong. That's brilliant. Hi everybody. What have you said so far? What have you been saying about me? Come on.
Excuse me. I did the intro. I did the PlayStation man. I did how people can get in touch. Wow. And then I said what we're going to be talking about on the show, which is a busy one today, isn't it?
Well, the first things first, actually. It's quite busy, but the first thing I wanted to talk about is potentially I'm going to get it out of the way straight away because otherwise you won't be pleased. Basically, I've put at the top of me and Chris compile our notes together on a Google Drive, and then we can see what we're both going to be talking about this week, so we're not surprised. But at the top of this week's one, I've put let me see what I actually wrote. The biggest news of the week.
Wow.
And I know Chris cannot wait to hear what this is about. And I'm sure any big gamers out there, you've all been, you've seen this news and you're, really excited. So
it could be like new firmware or a new piece of like tech being announced or something like that.
Could be.
What is it?
Well, Chris, an announcement was made for the release date of a game.
Oh, excellent. What game?
A game that I'm sure is close to everyone's heart who's listening to this podcast. That is, I know people are literally screaming into their iPods. Tell us, Colin, what are you teasing us with? Well, I'll tell you. The announcement was made today on April the 6th, 2016, that the latest game in the long-running franchise...
Is it Tennis in the Face?
Maybe. No, the release date was announced for Gears of War 4. Gears of War 4. I feel like I'm the only one. Sometimes I feel like the only one who likes Gears of War. I saw the news. And now it's been announced. Obviously, this is going to be exclusive to Xbox One. They haven't said anything about a PC release, which is interesting. I'm sure it will come out to PC. It must do, surely.
When's it coming to Vita?
Watch this space, I think Epic Games are working on it. It's coming. I'd so love a portable Gears of War game, though. That'd be amazing. I'd love that. Anyway, I'm a big fan of the Gears of War series. It's one of the first games I played when I got a next-gen console back in 2006. I got the Xbox 360. The original Gears of War, absolutely amazing. I love the second and third one. Not so keen on Gears of War Judgment, but it's just a bit of a misstep there. But Gears of War 4 is coming out on October the 11th, so much sooner than I thought. I was expecting a November release date, which is when most of the Gears of War games have released, I think. But Gears 4 is coming out October the 11th. It's set 25 years after the end of Gears of War 3. You play as Marcus Phoenix's son, who's called JD. JD
Oh,
Phoenix.
that's such a shit name.
It is pretty
Sorry.
terrible.
That's such a bad name for an action hero. Oh yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm Bruce. Oh, hello, nice to meet you. Or they call me the Rising Phoenix. What's your name? Oh, I'm JD.
But when you think about it, Gears
I
of War
bet he wears a backwards baseball cap, doesn't he?
Well, to be fair, Marcus Phoenix wore a bandana, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Oh,
It was a Rasta
lame.
hat. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? But no, I think I can understand why they've chosen a bit of a lighter name, because back when Gears of War 1 came out, it was just big muscly guys with no necks, like Cole and Baird and Marcus and Dom. So I'm liking a bit of JD, makes it feel a bit fresh, But what's interesting about it is that, well, firstly, they've announced there's going to be split screen multiplayer on every single game mode, which is nice to see, because a lot of games have cut that out now. So it's good to see they're still embracing what's it called again? I forgot.
Like couch co-op.
Yeah, where you can play with your friends in the same building, in the same room, which is really nice. But also, what's really interesting to me is that the main antagonists in Gears of War have always been the Locust, which are an alien race that live under the surface. It sounds like I'm singing SpongeBob, who lives under the surface in Gears of War. The Locust in pineapples. Anyway, so the Locust were always the enemies in Gears of War, but now, obviously, I'm going to spoil this for you, but you've had years to play it. Gears of War 3 at the end, they pretty much killed all the Locusts. They were defeated. So in Gears of War 4, there's going to be a whole new enemy. So it's going to be interesting to see how what they're like. I don't think any images have been released of the enemies, of what they're going to look like yet. But yeah, I'm very excited. The beta for the online is coming very soon. Because I am a Gears of War Ultimate Edition owner, that means I get early access to the beta on beta. I've never known how to say that. Beta, whatever it is, for the online multiplayer of Gears of War 4, which is going to be released, I think it's April the 18th, I believe. So in about just over a week's time. So I'm looking forward to playing that. But I know Gears of War has nothing to do with handheld gaming, because Microsoft don't have any form of handheld gaming device. So there you go. But I just wanted to say that because I am a big fan of Gears of War, and I was very excited when I saw that news. So yeah, thank you, Chris. Thank you for humouring me.
Wow, what a wonderful and interesting handheld gaming story for today.
But
Colin.
Just breaking news, Chris. I've just realised, I think this evening could be the Video Game BAFTA Awards. I think it is happening today. Let's have a look. I know it's in April at some point, and a lot of people are tweeting about it. So maybe it is this evening in London town. I think was it last week or the week before when we read out the list of nominations?
Yeah, we spoke about it the week before last.
Yeah, so I remember we got a bit of grief from some people because we said we didn't know any of the games on the handheld mobile category. And a lot of people were like, how do you not know them? How do you not know it? So BAFTA's Video Game 2016. I'm pretty sure it is this evening, but we're going to have a look here. Here we go. So it's on the... Oh, no, it's the 7th. Oh, it's tomorrow, the 7th of April. So isn't that great that we're recording a podcast the day before a big Video Game Awards is happening? Isn't that fantastic? Oh, Dara O'Brien is hosting it. That's awesome.
Ah,
that's a great choice. So next week we'll discuss who won what in the BAFTA Video Game Awards. It's happening tomorrow evening at Tobacco Dock in London, wherever that is. Oh, you can watch live on Twitch. Awesome.
That's cool.
I will give that a watch tomorrow, and I will report back what wins the mobile category, which I'm sure we're all very excited for. So, one more thing I wanted to talk about, but I'll let Chris take the lead on this. Look at the top thing I've written on the Google, what was it?
So
Google Drive thing.
This is
yeah.
Miitomo, which is the new Android/iOS game/app from Nintendo. We've been playing it. Well, I've been playing it a lot. I don't know about you, Colin.
Why haven't you haven't had me as a friend yet? This upsets me.
You haven't had me as a friend.
I don't know how. How do I do it?
Oh, you're so lame.
Well, I know I had friends, but I don't know how to find you specifically.
You have to sign in with your Facebook.
I did it through Twitter. Oh, someone's coming into my house! Someone's coming into my house!
Did you do it through Heroes of Handheld Twitter or through your Twitter, Colin J. Burton?
Heroes of Handheld.
Oh, thanks then.
Oh, that explains it.
Almost. How are you finding it? Do you like it?
It's very Nintendo-y, isn't it? It's literally everything you've come to expect from the Mii's on a Wii device, like a Wii U or the normal Wii console. It's just so nice. That's what I like about these apps from Nintendo. It's just a lovely app, you know. It's a good social. Yeah. It's a good spin on the social media category.
I like it, but I also feel like I don't really know what I'm meant to be doing on it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I haven't worked out a way of getting it to just ask me loads of questions. Like it will sometimes ask me a question and I'll sometimes answer it. Then for the rest of the time, it's like, what am I actually meant to be doing?
Yeah. It kept asking me questions, and every time I answered them, it gave me loads of coins. And I thought, I'm obviously doing something good. I think the idea is you're supposed to pimp out your flat. But looking at my flat, there's nothing in here apart from a bookcase, an old record player for some reason, and that's it. There's no fridge, there's no bed, so how is my meat even alive?
Well, I think you're meant to be. The idea is you use it to find out more about your friends, isn't it? But it's just a bit like, yeah, I think it's all right. I think it'll be better when they start kind of releasing, like, presumably they'll start releasing like costumes when games come out and kind of updating it. I think it's a good solid groundwork.
It's got potential.
But once you've put in your, like, you know, you have your first time on it and it's quite fun, and then you might spend like, you know, 10 minutes a day, but eventually you just kind of run out of like steam on it a bit.
Yeah, I mean,
I found anyway.
Is there any games you can play in this game?
There is one. There is a thing called Mii Drop, but it's just a bit shit. You just kind of drop things and win some costumes, but it's really expensive to enter.
Bit shit though. It's interesting though. I like the idea behind it, but you're right. They need to sort of decide. They came up with the concept, but they haven't really thought much about, you know, how to keep people coming back to it. You know. So, I mean, this is the first iteration of it, isn't it? So I'm sure they'll release some updates and include new things. But it's just very Nintendo-y. It's very nice. And I think recently Nintendo said they're working on more apps as well for mobile. So long may it continue with them bringing their games to mobile. I mean, obviously you have a Nintendo ID. Have you linked that to your?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. What does that give you?
It just gives you. It means that when you log in on the website, which do you remember I was doing last week?
Yeah.
It just means that you can view a bit more about Miitomo and stuff.
Well,
there's not a whole lot of crossover, to be honest, mate. It's fine.
It'd be cool if you could do crossover. Like on the Wii U, isn't there like a big like plaza place where you can meet other people's Miis and things?
See, here's what annoyed me actually, because they didn't make it very clear, and I don't know if I just missed this, but I know other people having problems with you can't. It's really difficult to import your kind of current Mii across. Yeah. So if you've got like a certain Mii that's meant to look like you, it's really hard to make it on the app like to be the exact same one. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's fun, but it's not. I think it's a good, like I say, it's good foundations, isn't it?
Yeah. I think Nintendo do struggle with cross-platforming content, don't they? They find it very difficult to have things work on multiple devices.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it'd be really cool. Like as I was saying on Wii U, isn't there like an area or plaza where you can look at your Mii?
Yes,
and then
there is. Yeah,
so
yeah.
It would be cool if, like, I don't know, like on your Wii U, like you could send your character away from that plaza into your room on the app. So like,
yeah, that would be good.
Like the block of flats where you're residing in could be on this plaza, and you could go in the door, and then you'd appear on your mobile. I think that'd be really cool if it's something like that. But then I guess that, you know, that would mean that your Mii wouldn't be in one place. It'd only be in one place and it couldn't be in two. But it's as we keep saying, it's a good initial idea. I hope they add stuff to it. Right. It's good. So, another thing, actually, when you have to create your me,
Yeah.
if you haven't created one before, like when you take a picture of yourself and it tries to create your face for you, I tell you, I was getting all kinds of crazy things.
Oh
I was getting
yeah.
fat chin, big nose. I've got a big nose anyway, but there you go. Right, so that's my discussion of that done. Shall we talk about what we've been doing to get people to interact with us this week? Should we do that now, or do you want to do some
Yeah,
news?
no, let's do that, and then we'll do news kind of briefer. So we put out a call last week for people to drop us a message about what you like about the show, and we wanted kind of because we the secret here. Me and Colin know how many listens we get, but we also know how many people tweet in, and there's a difference. So we were trying to encourage people who listen but don't necessarily tweet or normally email to get in touch, as well as you guys, if you're listening and you're kind of regulars as well. We wanted everyone to just let us know a bit how you're finding the show, what you'd like different in the future, what you'd like us to change, just general like feedback stuff. We had quite a good response. We had a lot of we had some emails. We put some stuff on Reddit as well. Colin's going to read some of the bits now, and we're still in our review window. So if you have got thoughts about the future of Heroes of Handheld, do send us a message, heroesofhandheld@gmail.com, like the following people did. Colin, I would say don't read the whole thing out because it's kind of meant just for me and you, but just pluck out some editorial highlights.
Right, so we put this post in two different subreddits. In the podcast subreddit, there is just one called Podcasts, and also in the PlayStation Vita one. Can you guess which one gave us the best responses?
Podcasts.
You are correct. In fact, on the PlayStation Vita one, it got downvoted. No one commented on it.
Really?
So
Oh no, I voted it and everything.
I don't
Oh
get
mate.
why. I don't understand why people would downvote it when we just want people's opinions for a PlayStation Vita.
Anyway, so what did people suggest?
So we had three responses to the podcast one. I'll start off with the first reply we got, and this is a short one. So this person, shall I say their Reddit name, or shall I cover it up with our clever technique?
Say a thing to rhyme with.
Nishita
Okay.
said that we should pick a game of the week and talk about it.
Okay, that's
There.
good. It's a good idea.
It's a great idea. We'll put that on the brainstorm. I imagine it's like in a boardroom with a big old whiteboard. We've got like ideas in a bubble in the center, and we're drawing lines out of it, writing bits. So you're like by the board writing down what I'm saying. So next one is quite a long one. So let's quickly have a read through. So this person, whose name is Dord Heist.
Okay.
Dord Heist, big fan, said he or she would love to know which games are the best and why, or having segments like which game you put the most hours into and stuff. That would make the show diverse instead of having just the news. Great ideas. Put that on the whiteboard as well. And the final one we had, this is from someone who is new to PlayStation Vita and PlayStation in general. They said the Vita's been out for 4 years, but some of us are new to the system. Perhaps something like spotlighting a game people might have missed from the past. That's quite a good idea, actually. Circle that one. We might implement that one. So yeah, I mean, this is
like a kind of a backwards highlights.
Yeah, like going back the 4 years the Vita's been around and picking out games that maybe people have missed. That's quite a good idea, actually. Well, actually, that one was from the Vita subreddit. Sorry, so the first two are from podcast. The last one there was actually from the Vita subreddit. So someone did reply, but we still got downvoted. So there you go. And he says, obviously, I could listen to old episodes, but who has the time to listen to all of them? So basically, he's saying that people are busy. So obviously, if people are new to our podcast, they don't want to start at the beginning, do they? So we should give snippets of things we've done on the Vita or the 3DS from the past. I think that's quite a nice idea. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
that's good. What are your thoughts?
I think people. people who are on that subreddit, I'm really grateful they replied.
Yeah.
But it's very hard because they don't actually listen to the show, and I want more people who listen to this show to get in touch with us. We've had some emails, we're reading them kind of on the back end. I'd like more people who listen to email us, heroeshandheld@gmail.com. We give this to you every week for free, and it's bloody brilliant, and it's the least you could do. That's all I'm saying.
If someone emails in and says, I've got a really great idea for what you should do, how about something called Theme of the Week? We riot if that happens. We riot.
We're done. So, yeah, do send us messages. We'd love to hear from you. Colin, should we do some news?
Do it. Take me away. Whisk me away off to the land of Nintendo.
So, the first thing first, I've only got a few little bits this week. I wanted to draw your attention, UK listeners, to the fact that Fire Emblem Fates is now pre-orderable on the Nintendo web store. There's some really cool additions here, all sorts. You can get Fire Emblem Fates plus a really sick t-shirt for $39.99. There's also the option for the new Fire Emblem 3DS XL with a charger for 180 quid. New 3DS Fire Emblem cover plates for £13. A new Fire Emblem Fate. So, there's two versions. There's Conquest and there's Fate. Both of them are available with I think it's the same t-shirt actually across both editions. There was also a sick bundle for 240 quid, which is sold out, which looked really good, which was both games and some pouches and stuff. And also, there was one that came with 4 different amiibos for £115, but that sold out. But I just want to point people's attention to this. Fire Emblem comes out very soon. You should, get your pre-order on if you do want it. It comes out May 20th. And, obviously, it's Fire Emblem is always a really good game, and this looks, more greatness from those guys. But the first big bit of news I wanted to point out, Colin Byrne.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito doesn't know what Pokemon is.
No way.
So, you remember Detective Pikachu?
Yes.
There was a fan petition to get Danny DeVito to voice the game if it came out in English. And he, for some reason, I think because Pikachu's a bit funny and a bit kind of smarmy in this, they wanted to get Danny DeVito. And someone asked him if he was aware that people wanted him to voice Detective Pikachu. And this is his quote. "No, I don't know what you're talking about." He then turned to his fellow cast members from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and said, "What the fuck is Pokemon?"
So the article is that sad picture of Pikachu at the top.
It's so good, isn't it? So, yeah, I guess that's bad news, but also quite funny. Danny DeVito does not know what Pokemon is.
Surely he must be joking. Surely, how? Even if you don't watch Pokemon, if you don't partake in the trading cards or play the game, surely you've heard of Pokemon. It was huge back in the 90s.
Well, you'd have thought that, but maybe he just went and buy. Like, if he wasn't a parent, it was mainly a kids thing. So why would he? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, Danny DeVito doesn't know what Pokemon is, and so probably, although we can't guarantee it, he probably won't be voicing Detective Pikachu.
I would love, personally, my choice for the voice of Detective Pikachu would be Danny Dyer.
Oh, yeah, that would be good too.
You walk into her and go, "Shut it."
You love your Danny Dyer impression, don't you?
That is. Well, it's pretty much an impression of any Londoner, really. Shut it.
I want Christopher Walken to do it.
That would also be good.
Yeah.
So yeah, wait and see. Right, so I'm going to quickly rattle off a few bits of news here because there's not much in the ways of Vita news. But the big, I say the big news, Chris, you're going to have to hold on to your chair because this firmware is bringing all the stability back. We've
Phew.
So this was revealed today that a new firmware update is being released for PlayStation Vita. It's firmware update 3.60. So what's exciting about this is that the last update we had was 3.57. So it's gone up 0.03. 0.03.
That's amazing.
Crazy. There was no update notes included with the release, so nobody has any idea what this update is going to entail, but it's probably going to be
Stability increases.
Stability intensifies. So I saw on the PlayStation Vita subreddit. They might not like the post we do, but there were some really funny, comments on the announcement of this update. People saying like, "My Vita is so stable, it's eaten the horse." I thought that was quite funny.
That's quite a good pun.
It's quite good. So yeah, new update. I mean, it's probably linked to the huge PlayStation 4 update that's coming out tomorrow, and that's up. You're probably going to be getting this because you've got PlayStation 4 update 3.50, and this is. I think this has been. They're saying that this is one of the biggest updates for the PS4 to date. So I know Chris is up to date with always PS4 news, so he's going to now tell you what this update is going to include, and he's not going to leave out anything.
Well, the main thing is it's we'll post it into the blog. There's stuff like streaming to PC. There's things about getting notifications when your friends come online. Better stability.
Anyway. What? Surely they've got
just loads of little things. Some of the, I think groups is changing slightly. We'll post a link on heroesofhandheld.com.
There's a lot of social stuff, basically. There's a list here on the PlayStation blog. But what's interested me, as you briefly mentioned, is they're adding a remote play feature to PC and Mac. So looks like they're even more trying to get people off the Vita, because that was a big draw for people with PlayStation Vita. Well, that's the way Sony were marketing it, is that people can play PlayStation 4 on their Vita using remote play. But now if they can do it using Mac and PC, what do they need a Vita for, eh? So there you go. But if you did want to remote play your PlayStation 4 on your PC or Mac, you need to either have, for a PC, Windows 8.1, Windows 10 or later, and for Mac you need OS X 10.10 and OS X 10.11. If you don't have that, then you can't do it, unfortunately. So that old Windows XP laptop you got ain't gonna cut it, I'm afraid.
So does that mean it's not on? Presumably, it's not on Mac.
I literally just said it's on Mac.
Yeah, but like it's not. Oh, is it or is it? Just tell me.
It is. It's on PC and Mac, which is really cool, actually. So you can, if you're a Mac user like I am, you have to have either OS X 10.10 or OS X 10.11 to be able to remote.
And is it coming to Mac?
Good one.
Thanks, mate.
You're hilarious. Right then, so that's that bit of news. Let me quickly do one more bit. So yeah, let's cover this one. So I mentioned this last week when I revealed, well, I didn't exclusively reveal it, you know, I'm not that good, but I gave you the news of what games were coming to PlayStation Plus for PlayStation Vita for the month of April. A lot of people weren't very happy because it is two indie games. One of them hadn't been released yet, and the other one I'd never even heard of. It doesn't look like many other people have heard of it either. But I wanted to bring people's attention to this article I found on segmentnext.com, which discusses how a recent survey has shown that there's a 70% drop in customer satisfaction for PlayStation Plus. So the rating of satisfied customers, so people who think that PlayStation Plus is value for money, is now 23.1%. That is really low.
But Colin, this is a survey that was done for the PlayStation Plus subreddit.
Yeah, but it's, I guess, thinking about it, like Reddit seems to attract all the angry people, doesn't it? Like, there's very rarely any happy people. Sorry?
Like, how often do you fill out a survey to say yes, that was great?
Not very often, but no, I mean, it's the only figures we've got, Chris, so we're rolling with it, you know. The survey attracted 3,923 responses. Just an interesting comparison, the same survey in 2012 brought back a satisfactory rating of 95%. So there you go. That is a massive drop, Chris. I mean, I believe you're still subscribed to PlayStation Plus, are you not?
Yes, I have to be to play online.
Of course. Welcome to the world of Xbox. But what are your thoughts of PlayStation Plus and the games that you've been getting for PS4 the past few months?
It's not great. I remember the glory days of Plus on PS3 with like Tomb Raider, Arkham City, Mass Effect was on there, like some Uncharted, some really God of War, really stellar games, and now it's like, hey, here's another indie game.
It's
But, you know, Um,
I really
so
noticed.
I am.
Hmm. Go on.
Go on.
No, you go on.
Like I mainly pay for it now so I can play online, and I
Yeah.
just see the other bits as like a supplement. Whereas before I paid for it just to get the games.
Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. I mean,
You know.
obviously with Xbox, you've always had to pay to play online with Xbox Live, and I can't remember how long ago it was now. Well, obviously, I paid to play online. I didn't, we didn't get free games, but recently Xbox have started doing the Xbox games with gold. I say recently; they've been doing it for years now. And normally, the games that Xbox give you for free aren't that good. They're borderline either games from 10 years ago or games that are terrible. But
Yeah.
I want to quickly say, I'm actually really impressed. This month, I can't remember all the games, but one of the games we got was Dead Space, which I think is quite, quite cool. That's quite a big game from a few years ago. But last month, we got a game called Sherlock Holmes: Crimes and Punishment. I don't know if you've ever played this game. It's part of a long-running series of Sherlock Holmes games, and I downloaded it because it's free, obviously, because I've got an Xbox Live subscription, and it's actually really, really good. It came out last year for Xbox One, and you basically obviously you play as Sherlock Holmes, and as you'd expect, there's crimes going on. And you have to solve them basically. But what I really like about it is that it's not like each case isn't a simple thing. Like you really have to put a few hours into each case to solve them, and you have to go to different locations. You have to interrogate people. The more evidence you find, the more you can question people. There's
Yeah.
different endings to each case. Really, really was surprised at how good it was. I was playing it for at least 3 or 4 hours the other day when I had a bit of spare time, and I was really surprised because I was expecting it to be terrible, but it even looks quite nice as well. The graphics aren't too bad either, so I'll definitely recommend it if anyone's looking for a new game to play. Definitely check out Sherlock Holmes: Crimes and Punishment. I'm sure it's not that expensive to buy now. It has been out for a while, and it wasn't a big release when it came out. It's also available on PS4 as well. And PC and everything. So yeah, I'll definitely recommend that. So just going off topic there a little bit, the recent games of gold has actually been really good, but people aren't
Yeah.
happy with PlayStation Plus. As I said, to round up this, the overall satisfaction rate for PlayStation Plus is down to 23.1%. But also, as Chris said, we should probably take this with a pinch of salt because the survey was done on Reddit, and as we discussed, Reddit is full of unhappy people. So there you go.
Is it the Sherlock game?
Yeah.
Who voices Sherlock?
I have no idea, but that's actually brought up another point. The voice acting in it is fantastic as well. And what's really cool, you can choose how to dress up your Sherlock. So you can have a top hat, you can have like a little cap, you can have like a suit, you can wear like baggy rags. It's so cool. Like I decided to have a big old raggy beard on my Sherlock and have a massive top hat and a nice suit.
Of
Pretty cool.
course.
Pretty cool. I'm gonna find other voices Sherlock Holmes actually in the game. That's a good question. I didn't actually think about.
I need to know if it's my boy,
Who's your boy? Stephen Fry?
Robert Downey Jr., the best
No, it's
Sherlock.
not Robert Downey Jr. Come on.
I know.
Is it?
For my
it is. It is. Kerry Shell. That's a girl's name, isn't it? Kerry Shell? Maybe not. No, Sherlock Holmes is apparently Kerry Shale. That's a guy. He's a North American actor, but he's based in London and has been since 1978. So he's got a very thick English accent, and he's done voices for Little Shop of Horrors, for Thomas the Tank Engine, and also what else has he done? Oh, he's been in New Tricks. Oh, he did a voice in Batman: Arkham Knight. Oh,
who?
You keep talking, I'll find out.
This is making great content. All right, I'll do a news thing whilst you're finding that out. Nintendo Badge Arcade, which I know everyone is still loving.
This is brilliant. Actually, every other character, every other voice actor, they have the name of the person they voiced. Kerry Shale, he voiced voice. That's literally it. It just says voice in brackets. So there you go. It's a mystery. We'll never know. We'll never know. Anyway, back to Chris. Hi.
Nintendo Badge Arcade is everyone's loving it at the moment, but it is going down for maintenance tomorrow from 3 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for maintenance. But it's going to be then back with new badges. There's going to be an update following the downtime, which you'll be able to get online. So I'd love to know if you're still playing Badge Arcade. I go on it every now and then, but I'm not spending money on it anymore. Also of note is this is really cool actually. Flipnote Studio 3D, which is it's like a drawing app, I guess. 3DS. You use it to make the actions and such, and it's now available through the My Nintendo account. You can get it by signing in there. You have to spend some points on it. It's available until 30th of April. I think you have to spend points. It might be free actually. You know what? I'll find out whilst we're on air because I'm that type of bloody good guy. It's called Flipnote Studio 3D. It lets you create your own animations and scribbles and sketches. It just is really nice. You can make GIFs and stuff. You can use the 3D slider. There's different colors. We'll put a link up if you want to get onto this as well. But I never played this. I never used it, but I would now want to, you know?
Yeah. But
so I'll be looking forward to using it.
What will you do when it's down for maintenance?
The Nintendo Badge Arcade is down for maintenance.
What are you talking about then?
This is Flipnote Studio. Is it even coming to Mac?
Can't do it. I can't do it anymore. That's really good news. Flipnote's my fave. I play all.
Isn't it?
Really is. Right. So last week, I brought you the news that Mega Man 2, I think it's the second one, is coming to PlayStation Vita via the PS1 Classics area of the store. So people were very excited about this. It's actually called Mega Man Legends 2. I didn't realize how excited people were. There's been a big old discussion and uproar this week on the Vita subreddit again, because it seemed that people were really excited because it was rated and it appeared on the PlayStation Store website, Mega Man Legends 2, the PlayStation 1 game. So people were like, yeah, it's coming to Vita, but then people were a bit horrified that it was only available on PlayStation 3, and people were starting to freak out. Maybe it's not coming to Vita, maybe it's not. But people can calm down now because it is out on PlayStation Vita in North America. And I read an article this week, which was really interesting, actually, which explained why Mega Man Legends 2 on PSN is a huge deal. I didn't realize that Mega Man Legends 2 has never been on any other platform rather than PlayStation 1. And in fact, if you were looking to buy an original copy of the game for PlayStation 1, so the actual case with the disc, it would have set you back $500. $500 to get the PlayStation 1 version of Mega Man Legends 2. I didn't realize how it was quite, it's quite rare. The company who, I can't remember the company who developed it, Capcom or whoever, they didn't release it on any other platform. And apparently there were some licensing issues as well. So people thought they were never going to see it again on any other platform. But randomly, out of the blue, it's come out on PlayStation Vita, which is why we should really embrace it, because it's either playing it on Vita or spending over $500 to get it on PS1. And then you need to have a PS1, which people don't have anymore, or a PS2, I guess. But there you go. So I thought that's quite interesting. But it's interesting to think that you could get a PlayStation 4 for the cost of buying Mega Man Legends 2 on PlayStation 1. It's very odd. So if you're interested in Mega Man Legends 2, I'm not too sure when it's coming out in Europe, but it's out in North America now through the PS1 Classics area of the store. So get on it. A lot of people are hyped about this. And yeah, I wish I was, but I've never played any Mega Man game, so there you go. And that's all my news done. Boom. Drop the mic.
Lovely.
Literally just
sounded horrible. Flipnote is actually a free download as long as you're in Europe and you sign in for the 30th of April, so go get it. I've just downloaded it. Last thing is, have you heard of a game called Blue Kids, Colin?
Blue Kids?
It's got a pretty hefty 3.5 stars on the on the web.
Cheeky.
You have to help Blue Kid rescue his girlfriend from the hands of evil in his fancy retro-style one-screen platformer.
Wow.
Jump and run your way through 84 action-packed levels spread across 7 unique worlds. I know it sounds bloody great, and it's coming to the 3DS, according to the developers Winterworks DE. They're updating the graphics. It might come to other platforms as well. They tweeted about this yesterday. We'll put a link up. No more info as yet, but Winterworks, German company, and I'm sure they'll do excellent with Blue Kid.
Wow.
I know. Big announcements for the 3DS here, guys.
Talking of platformers which are old, I think I said last week I've been playing Ninja Senkai DX on my PlayStation Vita.
Oh yeah, it's good.
An 8-bit platformer. You play as a ninja who's looking to get revenge after a demon killed his missus. It's good. It doesn't bring anything new to the platformer genre, but it's solid. It takes a lot of inspiration from 80s platformers, so like Mega Man and things like that. But yeah, it's very frustrating. It's very challenging. It's not an easy game. It's one of those games where it's so frustrating that a few times I've thrown my Vita down in anger. So there you go. But it's a solid game, but it's just nothing special. So if you're looking for a platformer, a new one, then download this. It's called Ninja Senki DX. If you're looking to fill the void of lack of platformers, then give it a go. It's only a couple of quid, so why not? You get 16 levels. There's secret modes to unlock, 2 different characters, and loads of other goodies. So that name again is Ninja Senki DX. Boom.
Wonderful. Stop playing with your mic. Colin, it's been an absolute pleasure.
So if people wanted to continue giving their thoughts on how we can improve Heroes of Handheld, how could they do that, Chris?
They could tweet us at Handheld Podcast. They could email us, heroesofhandheld@gmail.com. They could write on the Facebook page, or they could find your posts on Reddit. But the best way is to email us, heroesofhandheld@gmail.com. And whilst you're there, why not go to heroesofhandheld.com, where you can listen to all the old episodes. You can look at our faces. You can find out about our YouTube. Email us. That's the way to do it. We want to hear from you. Do you want to work with us? Have you got suggestions for us? Let's do it.
Why would people not want to look at our faces, to be honest? Come on.
Yeah, I know. You're pretty hunky.
I am. I've got a killer ginger beard going on here. All killer, no filler. So thank you for listening, I guess. Thank you for listening, everybody. We're back same time, same place next week, unless one of us falls off.
Oh yeah, are we all? Yeah, we're all good for next week, aren't we?
Yeah, I don't think there's any issues.
Yeah.
Yay! Woo! We're going to keep playing Miitomo, so why not? Well, if you follow us on Twitter, you can add us on Miitomo. Add me and Chris. It'll be mega fun for everyone. We can hang out in each other's rooms. We can say what our favorite food is. We can change our clothes. And I'm not even talking about the game. Anyway, thank you for listening, everybody. We're back next week, same time, same place. Have a great week. Bye.
Bye.